Joe Hogan. Joe, it's great to see you. Congratulations on the quarter, and certainly the stock is reacting in a positive way. Look, 2025 was a tough year for your industry. Do you forecast 2026 is going to be better, or is it maybe going to be more of the same?
Hi, Cheryl. Again, thanks for having me. It's great to be on the show. I'd say 2025 is a tale of two cities. The first half of 2025 was a little more difficult, with the second quarter being really a challenge for us. But we gained momentum in the third quarter, and then even stronger momentum in the fourth quarter that the market is seeing right now as we announced our earnings today. So I feel like as we move into 2026, we have good momentum, and the markets are a little more stable than what we've experienced in the past.
Well, I know that there's some analysts out there that think that 2026 will, look better, and that we may see a rebound. So hopefully that includes you and the company. Stock down about 26% year over year. So certainly, I'm sure you'd like to see that. But the one thing that I think is interesting here is that, that teenage market. You've got international, that was a boost in the quarter for you, but then also you've got that teenage market. Are you seeing any pullback in that? I mean, we talk a lot about tariff pressures, economic pressures on American families. Is that translating into your side of the business?
We do have pressure in that part of the marketplace on the teen side, but our biggest competitor there is still wires and brackets. That's predominantly done in North America. We're a global business. We're very strong in Europe and also in Asia, and there's kind of a different phenomena there. But from a teen standpoint, we came out with a product this year called Invisalign Palate Expander, which is we call a preteen product. The patients between 6 and 10 on phase one, or a product called Invisalign First, which attacks the same kind of patient with expanding a palate expander, and then mandibular advancement for younger patients, and they grew tremendously. We had significant growth on it year on year, and so we're making progress in that what we call phase one preteen area, not just in the United States but all over the globe.
Well, I mean, look, your products aren't cheap. I mean, especially for adults. I mean, we're looking at an average of a $5,000 price tag for an adult that wants to, obviously, use Align technology and fix their smile, fix their teeth, if you will. Do you think that affects that younger generation, though? Because parents may say, look, I just can't, as much as I would like to provide my child with Align, I really can't afford that price tag right now.
Well, the majority of our doctors in the United States, orthodontists that are standardized on Invisalign, will charge the same price for Invisalign as they do for wires and brackets. And you might think, Cheryl, how can you do that? We normally can do a case in about 6 months faster than what wires and brackets can do. And you also have maybe half the trips to the doctor that you normally would have. And those kind of things are big cost savings for the doctor themselves, but also for the parents that might not be around all the time. They take the kids back and forth, where wires and brackets are being constantly adjusted.
What are you hearing from dental practices? Because dental practices are not immune to operating costs, labor costs, rent, if you will, or property ownership, taxes, things like that. I mean, all of that pressures their business at the end of the day. What do you hear from those practices? What's happening out there?
Well, we call on both general dentists and also orthodontists, and we hear the same thing. They are challenged on traffic from a year-to-year standpoint. It's been either down or flat overall. And that's, there's different regions of the United States that could be different than that. But in general, and so they are, challenged because their expenses do go up from year to year. And so it has been a challenging last few years in that sense for them. But they're still servicing patients. They're still getting reasonable patient traffic throughput, but not the normal growth that we had seen prior to COVID.
Well, and also, too, I did want to circle back to international markets with you, because I was looking at within the quarter that the strength that you saw really wasn't North America. It was kind of flat here. It was emerging markets. It was Latin America. It was Asia Pacific regions. So that's where you saw the growth.
Yes, we had double-digit growth, strong double-digit growth in Europe, in broader Europe, areas like Turkey and in the Middle East, and also Eastern Europe and those areas. But also we had double-digit growth in we call it the Iberia area, Spain and Portugal, and also in the UK. Over to Asia, we had good double-digit growth there. Our China business was good. The rest of Southeast Asia, we had strong performance also. Back in the Americas, our Latin American business grew close to 20% too. So North America has been our biggest challenge in that sense. But again, in the fourth quarter, we saw some green shoots and some progress there.
Okay, well, we'll certainly have to watch that for the next earnings report. Real quick, I do want to ask you about, we're coming up on Super Bowl weekend. You actually are putting some money to work for Super Bowl this weekend. You've got the Smile Zone. Is that an installation at the game, at the
Yes, it is. We're a big sponsor of the NFL. We've been partners over the years, and we'll have a Smile Zone. We have players that are in therapy now. We have picture taking. We promote the brand and promote the technology as much as we possibly can. And then the NFL has been a great partner, and the Super Bowl is really a great theater for us.
Interesting. Anything else that we should know about for this quarter and what's ahead for you?
Well, I think with Align too, when you think about us, I think you look at these plastic aligners. Everyone talks about AI today. Remember, just about everything we do is digital. We can do we can scan your teeth and we can get you back with a case within 15 minutes. That took almost two days just 9 years ago. We use AI now to drive that, but based on data, we've done 22 million cases around the world over the years, and we use those cases to refine, be able to do better cases and more difficult cases overall. So I think a lot of consumers don't understand that. They look at the product line and don't understand the tremendous technology that's behind that and how it's gotten progressively better and wider. We can do any case in the world now. We can do 100% of the orthodontic cases out there.
Interesting. The time frame is fascinating. Jeff Hogan, thanks again, and congratulations on the quarter.
Thank you, Cheryl. Appreciate it.
Well.